advanced specialized services and a vision for the future. One with a commitment to medical excellence and compassionate care. Everything we do, everything we believe, powers health.
Ogre Insurance, Hammond's oldest family-owned independent insurance.
Northwest Indiana. This is a region rundown. I'm Bob.
And I'm Brent.
And you're listening to WJOB 1230 AM, 104.7 FM.
What was
Rustic.
that intro?
I just go with it.
Okay.
Just go with it. You're listening to WJOB 1230 AM, 104.7 FM in Rustic, Hammond, Indiana. Streaming live on the YouTubes. Hopefully.
Rustic.
I don't know.
I like rustic.
Well, about 10, 15 years ago, which was odd to say that now, there were a handful of folks in Dyer that started calling Dyer rustic.
Oh, and that made you happy, didn't it?
Well, at first I was a little irritated because I was like, well, I didn't get it. I just didn't get it. And occasionally they still say it, and I still don't get it. But now Hammond gets it, so I don't know what to tell you. Oh, that was
Video web interview.
Well, now we have phones.
That's it. So anyways, 219-845-1100. If you don't call in, you're just going to have to listen to Brent and I talk about
data centers.
Oh,
$250 bills, 250 anniversary concerts.
Yeah, or lack of concerts.
I think it's an amazing thing that you've got a better lineup at the Dyer Summerfest.
We
than they were able to get for the national
we
ball.
really do. I was
that thing went south in a hurry, didn't it?
It really did, but that's some shenanigans that we can talk to. You want to hear traffic and weather because for all of you listening to WJOB, you're probably a first-time listener, and this is probably your first time driving into Chicago. So you need to know what's going on. And that's all I got. So Adriana, before we do get into that,
Yes.
we did get a
Traffic
text
update.
from Paul Goddard.
I do not have that traffic update on
Let
here
me
yet,
read.
so
I'm just going to read what he wrote. Just occurred northbound 65 to westbound 80, a semi-rollover, flatbed steel hauler. The right lane is blocked. Again, northbound 65 to westbound 80, right lane blocked. And if it was a steel hauler that's rolled over, it's going to be blocked for a while. So keep a heads up on that. So what do you got for regular traffic?
For the regular people's traffic, I don't have that on my screen just yet of 65 between 80 and 65, so that'll be updated probably by the next time we do traffic updates. But 80 going east and west is looking good, 90 going east and west is looking good. Chicago Skyway, Bishop Ford, Dan Ryan are all coming along swimmingly as we head up into the city area. We do get an earlier accident on the Stevenson I-55 north before Pulaski Road, exit 287. That was reported and updated about 16 minutes ago. So the entire northbound of the Stevenson Expressway is just pretty heavy in traffic, but southbound is looking pretty good. Eisenhower going east and west is looking good. No traffic on there, surprisingly. As you head up further into the city, into that Rosemont area, on 94 going east and west, you're seeing pretty good traffic flow. Now, taking a look at the weather for today, let's take a look here. Currently, right now, at the Shag and Vanto Studios, it is 55 degrees, but we're going to do this how on Wednesdays, where I don't know if Lynette does it just yet. I don't know if Tom Dabberton's opened his pool. It could be 60-something in the region, but it is 85 degrees in Tom Dabberton's pool. So it is 55 degrees. It's 55 degrees here in the Northwest region, but feels like it's 80 degrees here in the studio. So currently right now we're seeing highs of 83 degrees and lows of 59 degrees, warmer with plenty of sun. And it says crystal clear skies tonight. So if I don't see a shooting star, I'm gonna send a report. Saturday highs of 75, lows of 53. Periods of sun, breezy, nice, clear to partly cloudy skies at nighttime. Sunday highs of 72, lows of 55, mostly sunny and pleasant, partly cloudy. And these 70-degree temperatures continue up into Wednesday, and then for the rest of the continuing week, we're seeing high 80, mid to high 80-degree temperatures. So that's all for your traffic and weather.
So I'm on the YouTube chats on Wednesday. Dave Hine, the Dyer town manager, and we did the Town of Dyer show, and so we're working on. If you all could see, if you're watching YouTube, aside from the buffering that's constantly happening now that we've done a few things, if you could pivot the camera, we're not going to, but it's just a snake's nest of cables, and so we're working to clean that up. One cable at a time, and for some reason,
you and Chuck need to get in there with some zip ties. Just looking at it from here,
that's the problem is Chuck. No, so, I don't know what the issue is. There seems to be an issue with buffering on YouTube, because what we ended up doing is we ended up bumping up the resolution to a true 1080p, and I think it is the 10-year-old YouTube streaming computer that is slowing things up. It's not any of the other tech we've got going on. So Goddard said that he watches live like just 2 minutes behind, and there's no issue with it. On Wednesday, we had someone watching the Town of Dyer show, but again, just a few minutes behind live, and had zero issue with it whatsoever. The replays are fine, so it's like when you're on YouTube Red Live, there seems to be some issue with that. So, as always, we're working on it. If you know of someone who is a tech guru and not your, brother's girlfriend's
come apply
best
for the
friend's
job here at
kid,
JOB.
yeah,
The
come on
pays
down
really
and
well.
tell us which Canuter valve we need to adjust here. But anyways,
What light switch we need to flip on for everything to go away.
yeah. So anyways, that's all I've got for you YouTubers out there. I prefer to watch on YouTube even when I'm driving. I have it on YouTube on the side.
Listen when you're driving. You don't watch while you drive. Do you?
Correct.
Put
Correct.
that mic on
Whatever
the other side of it.
whatever legal thing Brent just said is what I do.
You have your phone in the passenger seat.
That's it.
Cops don't pull them over. I know it's the end of the month.
Yeah,
Don't pull
and there
them
you
over.
go. Because there's no quotas, but whatever.
There's no quotas, but why did I see 3 state troopers in the span of 5 minutes?
Well, they got their job to do. So, anyways, 219-845-1100. Brent, you have been scrolling feverishly over there, but I'm going to have you, just buffer all that for a second, because we've got a caller here at 6:09 in the morning. 2 callers.
Wow, right off the bat.
Wow, we're not even going to take the callers. We're just going to count them as they rack up in queue. So, let's take the first caller. Good morning, caller. You are on the air.
I am. I'm on the air. Am I delayed or something?
Yes, but it has nothing to do with the
loud
radio.
and clear to me.
Hey, I got a question of Mr. Food Guy, Brett. Can I ask you a question?
I'm glad to answer
And
as
Bob,
best
you
I
could probably
can.
answer too, and maybe Walt will go and sample the food when he gets a chance. But do you sell hot dogs at your place?
No, sir. We have sausages, but not hot dogs.
Yeah, okay. But now, this week and last week, this week I tried it. You go to Big Frank's. Now, you're good, Brett. You're a smoke, and he smokes, but he smokes sausage. He's your guy.
Oh, our sausages are different. There's no doubt that Big Frank is the king of sausage in Northwest Indiana.
When you get a hot dog, traditionally, no matter where you get a hot dog from, what all are you only supposed to put on that hot dog?
That's an interesting question, and I am
Whatever you like.
No. That is not the right answer, Bob. I'm a
correct one.
I'm a
You're
hot
only
dog
supposed-
connoisseur, and so I grew up in
You're only
Birmingham.
supposed to put mustard. You're only supposed to put mustard on a hot dog. But now the question I'm concerned about is, I had 2 of them already this week. Big Frank's has them. Maybe Walt will test it and sample it and tell me what he thinks of it. But Spam hot dogs. Now I'm wondering, what do you really? Now that's a Spam hot dog. I'm just curious. Do you just put mustard on a Spam hot dog, or what goes on a Spam hot dog?
That's not something that I would eat, so I wouldn't know. I'm a mustard, onions, and kraut guy. That's what we put on them in Alabama, and then they have a special sauce. So there's Alabama actually has, Birmingham was settled by a lot of Greek immigrants, and they started. There's a big tradition of hot dogs.
Oh yeah,
in Birmingham.
because me putting ketchup on a hot dog is weird, but you slathering it in tzatziki is okay.
No, it's like a brown sauce. It's hard to explain.
So you covering it in
I was
old
just
tzatziki
reading an
is
article
okay.
about it in a national magazine the other day, the Birmingham hot dog tradition. But I'm a mustard,
And then now
mustard, onions, and kraut.
Now I'm going to switch over to Bob. You did go down the Indianapolis 500 race, didn't you?
Yes, I did. My first time ever.
What was your feeling, and how did it feel to see those helicopters going around with the pace car?
That was the whole experience was really, really exciting. We had really good seats. We were just maybe one section over from the finish line, so we really got to see everybody, in that last lap, just stretching it to make it work. But it was interesting. There was, I don't know, 400,000 people there when they sang the national anthem. You could hear a pin drop. The flyover, they did a cross flyover, which was really kind of cool. And then, yeah, they had the two, I think they were Apache helicopters, fly low and circle the track with the pace car. The whole thing was very patriotic, was very cool. I can see where people go every year. And I do have to say, I do recommend, if you haven't been, find a way to go. It was an experience. It was pretty cool. So we were close enough where, we were right outside of the pits, maybe just a couple rows. So we did watch a handful of laps, from the gate at the pit. And the first few laps, I did take my earplugs out because I thought I want to experience this how God intended. And it was maybe 2-3 laps, and I put them back in because it was just the noise was incredible. I do have, for any of you that follow me on social media, on Facebook, just Starkey Bob, find me. I've got a video where I shoot it from straight on. And the cars, when they go past, they're just little tiny blips, and that was pretty cool. So, yeah, that was my my first Indy 500 experience, and I'd be happy to go back.
So now your experience of getting into the racetrack and getting out, how was the wonderful traffic or everything to just get in and out of there?
Well, so I'm gonna be bougie with this, and I'm gonna say that we had a police escort in, and so quite frankly the traffic was stopped for us. So we had no problem getting in. Getting out, we left as soon as the race was over, we left because we knew we wanted to beat some of the traffic. So I did miss some of the after race, pomp, but
festivity.
Yeah. But we wanted to get out. So yeah, I did not sit in traffic to get in there. And again, if you can find a way to do that, that's the way to go.
I'm going to let you go in a second so other people can call in and talk. But if you two on Fridays would ever want a Spam hot dog, I'll go get them and bring them to you. And you can eat them on the show like Jed.
I got to tell you, of all the things that I have been offered in my life, waking up at 4:30 a.m. to get here at 5:30 a.m. and then have someone bring me a Spam hot dog at 6:15 in the morning.
I would do regular hot dogs. Regular hot dogs can easily be a breakfast food.
Oh yeah,
the Spam. I'm not there yet.
My dad and I, we went to D.C. This is a good memory I have, and this was years ago. I think it was in high school.
Now, I wonder for that wonderful producer, what does she think about? Would she eat a Spam hot dog?
When it comes into hot dogs, I'm over here like, nah, I wouldn't eat the Spam hot dog. But then I'm just like, I'm thinking in my head, what's a hot dog made out of?
It's just Spam in a different casing.
Yeah,
sure,
it's a Spam in a different casing. So I don't know. I think if you tell me it's Spam hot dog, I wouldn't eat it. But if you were to tell me, hey, try this hot dog, and then afterwards tell me it's Spam, I wouldn't know the difference.
Just like years ago, my wife's sister, my son went hunting, caught a deer. We had deer meat in the freezer and had meat ground deer meat, and we had a cookout. She does not like deer meat. She don't like it. So we're cooking on the grill, and her husband, I says, don't touch this burger. It's a deer burger. I put the lettuce, tomato, onions, all that on the burger. I waited till she ate about half of that burger. And I says, how was that burger? Oh, good. You cooked it just right. I did? Yeah. I says, you just ate a deer burger. And you know what? It was all in her head. It was all in her head. We laughed so hard that day because one time I tried to cook one, I don't want that. So then I didn't tell her. And, that's the thing, but, like I say, like she just said, if you didn't tell the person it was a Spam hot dog and then after tell them, it's too late. You already ate it, But now I'm going to let you go, but I don't know how a Spam hot dog would come out the other end. So, okay.
And with that, you have a good weekend. We'll hop to the next caller. Yeah, that's it. But real quick, though, the story of the morning hot dogs, my dad and I went to D.C. when I was, I don't know, now 20, 30 years ago. We went there, and they've got the hot dog carts all around D.C. And I vividly remember, chili dogs at first thing in the morning.
I was in New Orleans for Jazz Fest last month and had some Lucky Dogs.
Yeah, just first thing in the morning. So, anyways, good morning, caller. You are on the air. You don't have to talk about Spam hot dogs if you don't want to, but we're also here for it. So, what can we do for you?
I have a question. How did a nobody politician from the region rate a police escort?
I'm not just region there, Walt. I'm nationwide. It's like me and Pitbull. Honestly, there are the amount of motorcades that go in there was surprising. You can also what we were trying to figure out how to swing next year is you can take helicopters in for about $500-600 a person. I did not do that, but you can take them in from any of the executive airports just around Indy. They fly you right in and drop you off and pick you up after the race. And the amount of people that were doing that was something. So yeah, Walt, I knew a guy who knew a guy. That's where I'll go with that one.
That's good enough. But in any case, I'm really a plain Jane car kind of guy, but I produced two kids that were just car crazy, and I took them down to see the time trials for the Indy 500. They're not. You're not going to fight the mobs in and out, and you can sit anywhere in the stadium, and we did. And they were really thrilled. The spectacle of seeing these cars whipping around 200 miles an hour. Wow! And of course, we went down for a long weekend, so I took them to the Indy Zoo, which is really good, and I took them to the Children's Museum, also a good spot.
Very good spot.
We made it into long weekend. And they enjoyed it.
The zoo, the Children's Museum, Indianapolis really is. Once you get outside of the dump that is downtown Indianapolis, I do feel bad for a majority of those. It's a ghost town now. Mm-hmm. The surrounding areas. We've been to that
ghost town.
Yeah, downtown.
I mean, what do you consider that like where?
Well, I mean,
St. Elmo's is in that area. I'm super unfamiliar. Like,
so they do have between like Washington
you
and
got the Slippery
Meridian,
Noodle down there, and I mean,
a lot of those restaurants are still there. But for example, the entire mall is closed. The
mall,
the mall that like was downtown.
I mean, that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, who goes to mall? Malls are closed everywhere. In town, out town, it doesn't matter. Malls aren't a thing anymore. I thought I was under the impression that downtown Indianapolis was doing pretty good. I was there. Good grief, it's been a long time, but I helped open that JW Marriott. Thanks, Bob. Touching my microphone.
Yeah, I am on TV.
I spent.
You know how many of you creeps out there slow-moing that right now?
A month, a little more than a month down there when we opened that. When I worked at my previous job, when they opened the JW, the big blue hotel, and then I was back and worked for that Super Bowl with the Giants beat the Patriots, which was fun. But I mean, I had a very limited perspective. So it seemed like there was a lot going on.
I'm down there.
They just built this $1 billion hotel. It's like kind of a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm down there. I'm down there once a month for staff meetings. Those are the Mondays when I'm not on with Chuck. This upcoming Monday is one of them. And so just the pulling up to have meetings down there, finding some place to eat. There's less than there ever was, and I don't know. They are trying to revive it, I think, but they're reviving it with bus lanes and public transportation. I think they're trying to make it easier for folks once you get into the city to get around, but I don't know. It's I can say as someone who goes down there monthly for the last 15 years, there's been a marked decline in activity.
Really?
Yeah, the last 5 years, marked decline. But they also had a lot of issues during the
So is that like a post-COVID thing?
post-COVID, post-riot season. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. It's
Yeah, well, I mean, no, I think that obviously in my life, I define things as before and after COVID just based on its impact on our business. But I think if you look at most urban areas, there was a significant change, either for the good or the bad. So I think some places came out of it really well, and other places has been hurt. I mean, if you look at downtown Chicago, I mean, there's a gajillion restaurants have closed.
Right.
And I mean, there's a million other factors, but that's like the line of demarcation, right? Where we can look back and be like, before COVID, there was all these things going on.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, how things have evolved post-COVID, there's not.
Yeah.
So my view of downtown Indy was pre-COVID.
Sorry, Walt, we were just jammering here. What's on your mind?
Yeah. Don't you have a kid named Liam?
Yes, I do.
Well,
Yesterday was his last day of fourth grade, his last day in elementary school, and
Wow.
I'm all sorts of emotional about it. Admittedly, I don't know where the time went. I don't know where 10 years went. I don't know where kindergarten, first grade, finger painting, all that stuff went.
Wait till it becomes a teenager, then you'll really note that. But this is an item out of the Times Social Security annual baby name list. And Liam was the number one name for boys for 2025. And the top five was Liam, Noah, Oliver, Theodore, Henry. And girls, it was Olivia, Charlotte, Emma, Amelia, and Sophia. How about that?
Okay. That's pretty good.
We
went with
hot.
Everybody on my wife's side is named William. Everybody, to the point where her grandmother was even named Billy. Given name was Billy, and I was like, dude, we cannot have another Billy. But we liked William, and for those of you spelling William now, you'll know that Liam is the back half of William, and. So that's
I was going to say, he's out of school. I don't got to do Liam spelling test.
No more spelling.
Not until August.
We can dig one up if you want to try
thank
it.
You.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No,
You'll realize how much I rely on
I
spell check.
I will forever miss Joe getting cross-eyed when, I'd say, hey, Joe, spell transcendentalism. And he'd kind of freak out.
How would he
Those
spell
are
Brent,
Walt. Those are solid names, though. I like a good
Theodore,
William and Theodore. I like that.
Brent, do you still have your Wednesday special for a half-price chicken? And I think you have a beef item as well.
Yeah, we do have price wings every Wednesday. That is correct. And there's various other features that we run throughout the week. It depends on what day it is and what we have. But Wednesday, half-price wings is every Wednesday. That's not going anywhere.
Is that both in the Northwest Indiana restaurant and your Milwaukee restaurant?
No, we don't do that in Milwaukee. That's just a Northwest Indiana thing.
Yeah,
how do you
them up there?
How do you run two restaurants like that?
Not really well. Who runs I spend a lot of time driving between the two. I was there the first part of the week, and I got back yesterday. It's downtown dining, which is I guess restaurant week equivalent in Milwaukee, started on Monday, and so we had a big crowd for that. Being downtown in the middle of all the buildings, that's a big thing. So I was down there the first part of the week. Now I'm here through the weekend, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do next week then. But yeah, I don't know. I just roll with it. That's the best I can tell you. I wish I had a better explanation, but I don't really do it that well.
Do both restaurants have similar menus, or is it very different?
the menus are the same on the food side of things. I mean, we do different specials in each state. Like we have a different happy hour in Wisconsin. The alcohol menus are similar but different because alcohol is regulated on a state level. So every state has different rules and different products, right, and different prices. It's always been an astounding thing to me that we in Dyer are about 3 miles from the Three Floyds Brewery, But if I buy a keg of Three Floyds beer, it's about $25 more in Dyer than it is in Wisconsin, which is 120 miles away from the brewery. That's hey, thanks government.
Yeah,
but so
As Chuck would say, but
the
without
alcohol
government-
portion is different, but the menu, the core of the menu is the same. We have what's on the menu. We have different specials and different features in different places, but all in all, it's the same.
Speaking of food, the idea of mustard on hot dog, that's a Chicago purist kind of thing. But
For over 100
I
years.
like.
Sorry, you're
there?
good, Walt. You're good. Adriana's just messing with
I
buttons back
like.
there.
I like eating when it comes to hot dogs. I love eating a Chicago dog, and it's just loaded up with all kinds of stuff on it, but it's still called a Chicago dog. What can I say? Maybe the Chicagoans are confused in some way. I don't know.
I love a Chicago dog. The celery salt is really what makes it for me.
Is what gets it for you?
You would think you wouldn't notice it, or you leave it off, you can tell. So,
You know who has a good? You can send me your letters here at WJOB. I like ketchup on a hot dog, so pound sand for those that don't like that.
that's going to be the end of this show, folks.
Yeah.
I'll be walking out now because
that's
Bob
fine.
eats ketchup on
but,
his hot dogs.
But what I will say, you know who has a good Chicago
some things
dog?
I cannot abide.
You know who has a good Chicago? Pops.
I don't know if I've ever been there. Oh, on 30 in Dyer. I don't know.
They're pretty good. They got one in Cedar Lake too, I think. Anyway, Walt, thanks for coming in, coming in. Hey, come in sometime. That'd be great. But it's 6:30 in the region. We got to take a break, and we've got some callers here. So thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
Have a good day.
And we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Introducing Powers Health, a health system with a new name and a strong legacy of caring for families in our community. One with a tradition of advanced specialized services and a vision for the future. One with a commitment to medical excellence and compassionate care. Everything we do, everything we believe, powers health.
For over 100 years, Roofers Local 26 has been keeping Northwest Indiana dry and safe. Since 1919, our highly trained members have built a reputation for skills, safety, and reliability. With a 4-year apprenticeship and certifications in OSHA safety, first aid, and CPR, we deliver quality you can trust. When you need roofing done right, choose Roofers Local 26, protecting what matters most for over a century. For more information, visit www.roofers26.com.
Ogren Insurance, Hammond's oldest family-owned independent insurance agency, now in its 3rd generation providing clients in the Chicago area with products from quality insurance companies to handle your every need. Regardless of driving history, Ogren Insurance can find the right coverage for you at competitive prices. To learn more about the insurance solutions and services we offer throughout Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan, call 219-933-0076 or visit our website, ogreninsurance.com. We're located at 6929 Homan Avenue in Hammond, Indiana. Do business locally with someone you know and trust.
Welcome back to Region Rundown. I'm Bob.
And I'm Brett.
Muted.
Not
And
on the
my mic is
microphone.
not on.
You are
at
not
the moment. I didn't know
being
y'all were
heard by
throwing it
anyone.
to me. And I'm Adriana.
You're listening to Hot Dog Hour here on WJOB.
Man, I like, if you wanted to get into it, we could do a series of shows on hot dogs. I love hot dogs.
They're good.
Well, so I said before we went to break, this is not an advert time for anyone, even though, Brent, if you say Doc, says Pavlovian responses, 1420 Calumet Avenue, Dyer, Indiana.
Changing lives at his restaurant.
Yeah. Pops has, who has a really good fried hot dog is Shoop's.
Fried.
Yeah.
A ripper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think
Rips
I've ever
open
had a
and fried.
fried.
They just cut it down the middle and fry it, on a hot plate or something. That's good too.
I think I have y'all beat on, because you were saying how people come at you for putting ketchup on a hot dog. I think I have you beat. Just give me a pickle. That's all I need.
Well, getting back to the local news today, I'm perusing the headlines, and as I dug into this one, it's quite interesting, and it's on the ongoing Operation Porterhouse Parlay, and it is Andrew Wynn of California has claimed that this is you got to read this stuff to be, you can't believe it's true. He's asked the judge for permission to be able to gamble because he is a professional poker player. And I guess as a condition of his bail, he's not supposed to gamble, but he needs to get back to earning a living as a professional poker player. He filed a 10-page motion in U.S. District Court. He says he's actually a victim of the scheme and not a participant, and would just like to get back to his pre-arrest gambling. Not what I would have. I mean, I guess if that's what you do, that's what you do. But it would seem like if you're under indictment for illegal gambling, you might not want to go to the judge and go, "Hey, judge, this is what I do for a living. I got to get back to gambling."
As you're speaking,
I'm sure there's more legalese than that, but just at face value, hey, you're under arrest for illegal gambling. Oh, by the way, judge, I can't feed myself. I need to get back to gambling.
Who are the horses this weekend? As you were talking, there's the story going around about the, I'll use air quotes for insider trading that is going on with, congressional folks out in D.C. And there was that, they only make $175 a year. They need to be able. They should be allowed to make money.
That's
this is why nobody likes people in Washington.
I mean, I was kind of astounded that it was the Speaker of the House that said that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
I know.
Well, we're going to go down a rabbit hole here. So, I've not been very impressed with him as Speaker, right? I wasn't, and I follow politics. I wasn't even aware of who he was before the whole kerfuffle, because he kind of slid in there.
He did.
Because, what was his name?
I don't even know. They
were
somebody said something bad about Trump, so they got to get a new guy in.
No, it was Matt Gaetz was blocking the guy from California.
Yeah.
Remember, we didn't have a speaker for like a month.
Yeah.
They kept voting again and over and over again.
Yeah.
It was just,
and
what was that guy's name? You
didn't-
can't even remember his name
I
anymore.
can't.
But anyway, so they slid this guy in, and he's really, really, no matter what side of the aisle you sit on, he's done a terrible job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a partisan thing. It's just in terms of keeping things moving and actually holding votes and stuff. They've done a terrible job. And then to go out and say, you know what? You got to let us trade stocks because we just don't make us enough money to live on this $174,000 a year for essentially what's a part-time job, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how much he adjourned them for a couple of months so they wouldn't have to release the Epstein files, right?
Yeah.
And that guy's doing a bang-up job. Yeah. Where's he from?
I don't even know.
What's Mike Johnson?
While you're Googling that, I think we've got a caller. I think we've got several callers.
He's from
hundreds
Louisiana.
of you. Well, that explains it.
Well, he doesn't have a Louisiana accent. Doesn't sound like he's from
They trained it
Louisiana.
out of him. Good morning, caller. You're on the air here on Hot Dog Hour at WJOB.
Good morning. Good morning, boys. Mustard on a hot dog. Riveting conversation for the first 30 minutes. Trucker Mike, you always bring it. I got to applaud you. Wow.
Are you a ketchup or a mustard guy?
Don't even, Brett. Stop.
I mean, it's the topic of the day. You have to tell us what you're putting on your hot dog when you call in.
We have that special at your restaurant.
Bob, why does Indy suck?
I mean,
I don't know.
The obvious answer that I'm going to say is going to be Democrat policies for the last number of years.
There you go. Democratic mayor, Democratic prosecutor. Slap everybody on the wrist after absolutely horrendous crimes and let them back on the street before the paperwork is dry. Ask any IMPD cop that's got any sack. That's exactly what happens with Ryan Mears as a prosecutor.
Well, and I have to say you're not wrong on this. I mean, Indy is not downtown Indy. When Walt called in, we were talking about the zoo and the children's museum. Those are just fine, but to go around downtown Indy. And the only time they clean up the homeless problem is if I don't know, maybe the first week of the legislative session. Other than that, you've got vagrants and the transient population just kind of meandering around down there like zombies. It is not a place. Brent, you had mentioned St. Elmo's, and I mean they've got some really good establishments down there. Yeah. And
I mean that's I have very, very limited experience.
I would not take my family downtown to visit any of those. I just wouldn't. There's other options in safer areas. And again, I've been there every single month for the last 12, 13 years, and it's been a marked decline. And I just.
Hey, Brent?
Yes.
Brent, being in the food industry, what is the corporation down there that has the restaurants? Is it Hughes? It starts with an H, but I can't remember. Is it HUSE?
I'm not sure. Which restaurants are you talking about?
They own 1933s, St. Elmo's, so on and so forth. So they've gotten smart. And instead of putting anything downtown, they're putting Fisher's, Carmel restaurants, and they're making a killing. Beautiful restaurants, great food, usually great service.
Yeah.
So off my Democratic rant, can I give kudos to a politician?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm here. No, I'm kidding.
Bob, this goes out to you. And if you would look at your messages and maybe return phone calls, we could talk offline. But Bob, your park, and you've included something for the less fortunate. Am I correct?
Are you talking about the boundless playground that we're going to be working on?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So we talked about that a little bit.
Take a little credit here.
Take a little credit.
Bob, I some credit here. I'm hold on. Golf clap. Bob Starkey, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, if you could just call me every morning and do that, that'd be great.
This is how Bob needs to wake up. Just call him and clap.
Can you say that in my wife's voice?
Honey, you're doing a fantastic job as a councilman. You're the best. And by the way, you're the greatest lover ever.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. But to your point, I do want to say we brought it up on the Town of Dyer show the other day. We've been talking about it for a while. As with everything, things just move so slow. We are looking to put a boundless playground in Central Park. Now, we have, I don't know, 22 parks in Dyer, and most parks are geared towards the 90-some-odd% of kids that are typical kids that they go and they play on everything. But there's a population out there of kids who, whether they have sensory issues or mobility issues, they don't get the same use out of your typical neighborhood park that their peers do. But then we also have a population where, perhaps there is some sensory or mobility issues with a parent or an adult or guardian, and they can't interact with their kids in the same way. And so we're currently working on a grant that'll get us between $500,000 and $1 million. We're going to put it right in Central Park by that south pavilion on the south side of the park. Easy access, and I'm very excited for it. It's something I've been working for a long time. I've said, Liam, my boy, he was probably 15 months before he walked. So, I mean, we're experts in physical therapy, occupational therapy, and going through all that. And that was just something that he needed at the time. And, to talk about him, they just had field day over at the elementary school. And to see the amount of kids there who have paras and assistants, just to get through the day. There's folks out there who need this, and there's also organizations out there that will help pay for it. So I'm looking forward to it, and that is one ribbon cutting that I'm really looking forward to. So hey, thanks for shouting that out and giving me the opportunity to talk about it, because I'd talk for 3 hours on that one.
No, I seriously, sincerely applaud you for taking the steps to include that in your park. Brent?
Yes, sir.
Brent, wake up, Brent.
I'm here. I'm listening.
Hey, can I borrow your cattle prod for a minute to shock Bob Starkey's rear end on something?
Please, go ahead. I don't want to do it.
Bob, you've got a huge audience, and I'd like to get this message out for those that have children like that. There are two incredible doctors in Valparaiso, Indiana, and I know the name's going to scare people at first, but this is a plug for them. It's called Synergy Chiropractic. I know that scares people, but the second part shouldn't. Functional neurology. For parents and grandparents that are seeking a little more help, they can't figure it out with exactly what that child needs to overcome. Synergy Chiropractic and Functional Neurology in Valparaiso does some wonderful things. And Bob, I know you have a huge audience. You talk to a lot of people that have those children. If they want to look at something like that, they'll find the most kind-hearted doctors in the area.
I do want to hype one other thing that we, speaking of Dyer Central Park and our focus on this, last year we've got Summerfest coming up June 11th to 14th. This is going to be the best fest yet. That's just something that we've been working on. Last year we started on Saturday, sensory hours for a special ability day. So what we do is we open the carnival from 11 until 1. This is before before it actually opens. It opens at 2 o'clock. So from 11 to 1, folks can come in if you've got a kid or a young adult who has some again mobility issues, sensory issues. We work really well with Alpine Amusements, who does, they do our carnival. We don't turn on any of the music. We don't turn on any of the flashing strobe lights. We keep the attendance low, so that way, kids aren't waiting in lines. And last year, this is, I don't want to sound like a preacher on a pulpit with a story that fits it.
Yeah, it was a success.
There was a guy last year who, grown-ass man literally was weeping because he said, look, my kid can never come to these things. And so this was the first
Kudos to you
time
guys.
that his kid was able to go and ride these amusement rides in a way that was safe for them. The entire thing is fenced off, so if you've got an eloper, we've got you covered. Like I said, we don't turn on the lights, we don't turn on the music. We keep we've got snacks there and some food, and it's just a really good time. We call it the Special Ability Day. This year it's going to be Saturday, June 13th from 11 to 1. Wristbands are $10 for that. It is a $10 charge to get in, but that also includes a pass for a companion. If you've got a kid with some needs and they've got a sibling that will go on the rides with them, or an adult, we've got you covered. And it's such a huge focus of mine, and I would have been remiss if I didn't pump up that. All these festivals
Bob,
going around, and
as a local politician, you are a rock star, sir.
well, I appreciate that. Although I don't know. I'm difficult to take accomplishments, and when you look at the news, it's that they don't set a very high bar. But I do try, so I do appreciate that.
No, you're doing a great job. Take care.
Thank you. All right, this was fun, but yeah, Special Ability Day. I love it, and I wish more places would do that. It doesn't take a lot to be inclusive. That's all I got to say on that one. So.
Big win for you guys in the town of Dyer in general for doing that. I think it's. I know you played a big role in that, but I think it's.
We are the on Sunday. I'll hype it up again. 5 years in a row, best place to live in the region.
Well, and I got to bring this up because there's some breaking news. We need that the breaking news.
Yeah.
Brett Michaels has now also dropped out of the America 250.
Oh,
so we're left with.
Well, that's the thing.
We're left with wait. We're left with Vanilla Ice
and Flo Rida
and the CNC Music Factory, but apparently there's a rift between CNC,
and
one of them wants to go and one of them doesn't. So I don't know.
But you said it best there in that.
But I would say if you had just allow me to finish. I'm giving you some praise here. You've got the Verve pipe, and I gotta say, I would rather go see the Verve pipe than Flo Rida or Vanilla Ice. I mean, so you have literally the Dyer Fest is outperforming, and thank you to the Hard Rock Casino for their generous sponsorship.
I tell you, the
best casino in Indiana and the entire Chicagoland. I would dare say the best casino in the Midwest.
Yeah,
but the Dyer Fest is really got better entertainment than the Great American State Fair on the National Mall in Washington, D.C.
Well, and so...
I mean, to be honest, starting out, they weren't really that far ahead. The Milli Vanilli, and I didn't know this, but either Milli or Vanilli has been dead for 30 years, so it's really only
I didn't
one
know
or the
that.
other. I didn't either.
Which one of the Illies
because I
is
had
still
not
alive?
heard of them since they were shamed for faking their old songs.
But I do want to say before we'll go to break here in a second, but you said the America 250. It's not the America 250. Look at the fine print, and that's where all of these artists are saying it was a scam. So the America 250 is the nonpartisan celebratory committee that was established, 8 years ago, perhaps, to start organizing the nationwide America 250 party and celebration, all the festivities. There is a hyper-partisan group that is led by Trump that is called the Freedom 250. And if you look...
Oh, this is the Freedom 250.
That's a Freedom 250.
But I thought...
And there's some...
Well, but doesn't he control both of them? I mean...
I think he controls the Freedom 250 more than the American 250 because the American 250 is its own separate entity. Now... We could argue all day of how much influence he has there, but they've been doing work for the last half decade plus.
Well, so I think that's the okay. I'm looking at it now. You are very correct. There are two different there are two different things, but I think this is the problem though. Is it's been co-opted, and the White House released this as this is the Great American State Fair, part of the 250th celebration.
Yeah,
it's their celebration, not the real one.
Correct.
But did you see about the gold on the horses?
No.
So, this is a good one. We're going to go. I'm going to along those lines. It was released yesterday. They're spending $5 million to coat the horses, the bronze horses at the Lincoln Memorial. A couple of like winged horses, looks like you've been there, right?
Yeah.
They're going to coat them in 23.75 karat gold.
Oh.
As part of we're sprucing the joint up for the 250.
Not 24 karat because,
I don't think they can apply. They have to lose that quarter carat. But,
So stupid.
We should get Chuck on the phone. We're racking up. We're racking up. The national debt is growing at a rate of $5 billion a day.
And gold horses.
It's just a nickel, right? $5 million to gild the horses.
But really, what is 5 million of all of the like crap and fraud going on?
That's that's the wrong
$5 million.
That's the wrong attitude to have. It's all of the little $5 million
that's
things, right? I mean,
we were looking at, but to be fair, that's the attitude that's had. Well, it's only $5 million. We're giving.
But that's why we're giving $40 trillion in debt.
We're giving billions of dollars to like 3 countries, and so $5 million seems nothing. But just the other day, Mervan sent out his letter of the local agencies that got some funding out of his office, and they were, I don't know, Cedar Lake, Hammond, I think Highland, Porter County Sheriff, I think Porter got some, but they're all amounts of $300,000, $170,000.
So what you're saying is
amount of money.
This money that we're celebrating, in sum, is probably less than what we're spending to gild the horses.
100%. And so when you look at, I might get these numbers. I'm not going to look it up now, but something like Cedar Lake got, I don't know,
gild, not geld.
Gild, $150,000 or $300,000 for some radio upgrades, which Dyer got ours last year, which
makes a difference in those communities, right?
It really does.
So
it really does.
That's not waste and fraud. That's spending money on the way that the government should spend the money.
It absolutely should. So when I think that, hey, there's an ungilded horse somewhere that we need to spend $5 million on. It's like, you realize you could take that $5 million, break it up amongst 15 communities. They all get $300,000. 15 communities. I think there's 18 municipalities in Lake County. So, yeah, there are better things you could be doing with that money.
Well, this is the $5 million. Gold plating the horses is part of and
it's DC.
$100 million we're spending to spruce up DC. Now, it's been last time I was there.
Some of it was warranted. The waterfall, the reflecting pond. They were.
I attended the on the National Mall. I attended the Candlelight Vigil at Police Week 3 years ago, and I thought it was all beautiful. I hadn't been since I was a little kid, and I find Washington D.C. stunning, just the history and to be able to walk around it and see all those things. I wasn't walking around going, man, this place looks like it's run down and crappy.
Yeah,
but it didn't have enough gold on it, I don't think.
We need more gold. This is going to be the best Washington D.C. has ever looked. My horses, the best horses. Everyone agrees. They're just the best horses ever. Nobody has horses like I do. Ask the horse people. We're going to take a break. 219-845-1100. Call in to the best talk show. We're going to talk about hot dogs, golden horses.
Golden mustard.
Golden mustard. We'll be right back.
Dude, you're doing great.
Summer's coming, and Deep River Water Park is taking applications for all positions. We have jobs both inside and out for all ages that offer great benefits. Free admission on your day off for you and a friend. Free uniforms, paid training, make new friends, flexible scheduling, and more. To apply, just go to deepriverwaterpark.com and you're on your way to a summer of rewarding fun.
Deep River Water Park. It's simply splash-tastic.
From the gas in your car to the heat in your home and the roads that you drive on, our work powers daily life. We are USW Local 71, the proud men and women of the Whiting Refinery. We're not just refinery workers. We're your friends and neighbors, raising our families here, shopping in the same stores, and cheering in the same stands. USW Local 71, powering the region because we are the region.
Life's biggest challenges don't come with a warning. When legal issues arise, whether it's a car accident, personal injury, criminal charge, or representing you before municipal boards, you need a trusted advocate on your side. At Westland & Bennett, we listen first because your story matters. We provide strategic, personalized legal solutions to protect your rights, your freedom, and your future. Peace of mind starts with a conversation. Call 219-440-7550 today for a free consultation.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Strachan Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Welcome back. It is 7 o'clock in the region, top of the hour. You are listening to WJOB 1230 AM, 104.7 FM in beautiful Hammond, Indiana. Streaming, buffering on the YouTubes because we're still working on getting the proper amount of brake light fluid in the computer. Chuck, if you're out there, I don't know.
We need an oil change.
Let's just buy whatever we got to buy to get it done. Traffic and weather.
We didn't do that last time. So currently right now at the Strachan Van Til Studios, we're going to take a look at our weather first. It is 56 degrees. We went up by 1 degree within the last hour. It's 56 degrees, but it is 76 degrees here in the studio. It is a high of 83 today outside, a low of 59. Crystal clear skies. Again, if I do not see a shooting star, we are going to send AccuWeather file a complaint to them. So then tomorrow, Saturday, highs of 75, lows of 53, periods of sun, breezy, nice, clear to partly cloudy skies later on in the nighttime. Sunday, highs of 72, lows of 55, mostly sunny and pleasant, partly cloudy weather for the rest of the night. And the 70 degree temperatures, high 70s to continue on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. As we get into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're seeing 80 degree temperatures as we are now, I feel we are now officially in summer. Is that a safe thing to assume? Or
No, we're not officially in summer.
Not
Everybody
just yet?
keeps saying we're officially in summer.
No, when's the first day of summer?
22nd, I think.
Of June?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I call it summer as soon as it hits 80 degrees.
Yeah. The moment where it's like, all right, humidity, summer. But let's take a look at traffic. So traffic in the Northwest region, 65 going north. We do have that rollover semi on the exit ramp on I-65 north at I-80, I-94 US 6 exit 259. That was reported and updated about 6:30. So apparently there is this is involving a diesel fuel spill.
Oh.
So you're going to see a bit of traffic
that's
going.
expensive.
Yeah.
Speaking of gilded horses, that $6 a gallon fuel spilling out everywhere.
Yep. So that is from East 37th Avenue to East 61st Avenue. So if you are headed that way, be sure to keep that in mind. Let's take a look. 80 going east and west is looking good. 90 going east and west is looking good. Chicago Skyways, Lakeshore Drive is looking good. We do got a bit of traffic right here on the Dan Ryan.
My favorite part is you said right here, as if the world is watching.
Right, if they could see. Honestly, it would be pretty funny if we just had another computer like side by side, so you could see where the mouse is going. Because honestly, y'all would probably look at traffic a lot better.
You could do that on the Zoom, on the new Zoom computer.
We could. Oh. Look at that. We're going to do that next break.
I'm a thinker. Okay, we've got...
I'm a thinker.
Evidently, we've got like 37 callers who
we got
are
37
just dying
callers
to talk about either hot dogs or gilded
So that's
horses.
everyone watching on YouTube is currently on hold.
Currently on hold.
If you're headed into city, it's traffic. Don't go into city.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good morning, caller. You are on the air.
Here we go. Now they're on the air.
Hey, Bob. Good morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you say that it was 8 years ago that they set up a committee to set up the 250-year anniversary birthday of our country? It takes government 8 years to do that?
I believe it was. Trump 1 started it. I'm trying to do a quick Google now, but yeah, they started it several years ago.
So most people would say that that's government being efficient. It only took 8 years instead of 12 for them to do a party.
It says here
$40 trillion. I'll play Chuck for a minute. $40 trillion in debt. We're spending $2 trillion more per year, and no one has answered the question. We were spending $5.1 trillion right before COVID. It went to $7 trillion, and COVID's no longer with us. But now we're spending $7 trillion instead of $5 trillion, and no one can answer what we're getting for those $2 trillion.
Yes,
$5 billion a day, every day.
Other than bankrupting our country, and then fighting over putting the same people back in office who are bankrupting our country. I mean, it's like unbelievable. You're watching a movie and you can't believe that it's going on, and people are fighting to throw those same people that are spending $2 trillion more a year back in office. I mean, I was watching this morning. They have this, I guess, the L.A. race between Karen Bass and I guess some reality guy. And these people are saying, you have no experience. And I'm like, so you want Karen Bass back in there, who was in Congress,
yeah,
who bankrupted the country and has been the worst mayor, but we want that kind of experience? I mean, you can't make it up, Bob, as an elected official.
I do want to say one thing is I was mistaken. It was signed July 22nd, 2016 by then President Barack Obama. So Obama started the commission, the United States Semi-Quincentennial. It was amended in 2020. Nobody cares about that. But, so it was Obama that started this commission.
I'm actually on their website right now. And so the America's 250 is setting up or encouraging people to host official America 250 block parties all over the country. It looks like Milwaukee's going to have one at Summerfest. With a little bit better lineup than the one on the Freedom 250.
Hey, Brent, they don't need any reason to party in Milwaukee.
No, they don't. But they'll definitely add another celebration to the list at Summerfest. But it's the thing to me, and to your point, Dave, is like, when we're talking about spending $100 million beautifying Washington, D.C., and I'm sure it needed work, but I visited there in the last few years, and I thought it was beautiful. I mean, there was no part of walking around through the monuments on the National Mall. I spent a lot of time on the mall at the Candlelight Vigil. We were there all afternoon. We walked all over the city. I mean, I was getting my steps in. And at no point was I like, wow, this place is a dump. They need to clean it up.
Yeah.
So to me.
Yeah, but it's aptly named as Washington because it's a washing machine, just like Indianapolis is a washing machine, just like every capital is a washing machine. They spent $150 million in the primary, the Texas senatorial primary. Do you think that all those people that are giving money to those candidates are doing it because they're doing it out of the graciousness of their heart?
Oh gosh,
no, they think they're going to get something out of it. So when these, even locally here, you see many of these. If you look at and we almost got in trouble when we brought up the list of all the people who give money. Look at all the engineering firms in Northwest Indiana. Look at all the lawyers. Look at all the people who give money to all the people running for office, and then go look at the vendor list. It's the same list. So it's basically a tax on all of us. So you have to pay back the people that put you in office, and it's nothing new. Money's been in it, just at a crazy rate. And until we change it, both parties are running us into the ditch. You don't hear anyone talking about the debt. What are we going to do? It's literally the largest expenditure that we have is paying the interest on the debt. You don't hear anybody talking about, one, just stopping the bleeding, okay, getting to a balanced budget, and then two, even tackling the 41 trillion that we have. I mean, don't we all try to do better for our kids and grandkids?
We're not interested
all the time. We want to do it.
Dave,
we want to do better, but you don't hear anyone solving it.
I will wager any sum you want that as we approach the election, all of a sudden, this debt and the budget, or our lack of thereof, suddenly will become a very, very important issue to everyone. I am old enough to remember the last election where all we talked about was the national debt. And then...
Well, and you're right. And I can be critical of my own team here is, look, nobody is more concerned about the debt than a Republican 1 month out of an election. They're going to fix it. But boy, they sure line up to vote for all sorts of stuff later on. I've got very little faith in the national guys.
Which part? There used to be a party where people actually, you could argue over whether you wanted to spend more federal money. That's a legitimate argument. Whether you tax more people, whether you take more. And here's the other thing: we're $40 trillion in debt, and what did we get for it? We didn't even pay health care. We haven't paid daycare. And I'll leave you with this. There's three things that we are over the last 25 years that has led to 90% of the deficit and debt where we're at. We're fatter, broker, and dumber. And the trend continues. So not only did we put ourselves in harmless debt look, I already had my bite out of the apple. I'm talking about my kids who are 29 and 32 and my grandson and my future grandkids. How could anyone driving to work today, and we're going into the holiday of the summer, you look at your kids and say, this is what we're leaving you? How can you feel good about that? And no one talks about it. And we fight to put the same people that are spending us into debt, we fight to put them back in office. It's just unbelievable. But anyway, I guess it's going to keep on going because no one has an answer, and I don't know what is the number. Chuck always says, I remember when we were 15 trillion in debt. We're 40 trillion in debt and 2 trillion in deficit. So do the math. In the next 5 years, we're going to be at 50 trillion.
Yeah, but the Dow is at 50,000. Do you remember when that was the excuse?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Go and roll with that.
But we're at 50,000.
You know, that was when
there you go.
That was Bondi said that when they were having the hearing about the Epstein things. You know, it hasn't hit 50,000 since.
Oh, it is now.
Did it get back?
Yeah, just
when
I
she
think.
said that, it immediately dropped and stayed down for a while.
Listen, for people that are in the market, it's two different worlds. That is the best. That is the best response because that is true. For the 30% of the people in this country that are in the market,
yep,
the market's been great. And for those 30 people, they are getting a very good return on their investment. But the 70 or 65% of the people in this country that are not in the market whatsoever, they're paying for, I mean, we just got our first increase we're getting our first increase. It was May 15th on shingles. They've already said 2 more increases this year. 2 more increases. And all the service charge, Brett, I don't know if it's already hit you in your industry, all the deliveries now, the gas service charge.
Oh, yeah. Gas surcharges went up.
So everything, so for all those people, when you say inflation and all that, there's no other choice. Everything is going to exponentially cost more. Exponentially. There's no way as a business you have to throw it to the customers at one point. You could try not to, and it's a losing battle. So when the rate of inflation and everything is going up at the rate that it is and you can't get more per cost of goods sold, that's a conundrum in business, my friend, and we're all dealing with it right now. And someone needs to be an adult in the room and say, let's get this under control. It's one thing to have a problem. We've had problems in this country for 250 years, but we've always had a solution and someone willing to actually take a little bit of pain for the solution. I don't see either party wanting to be the adult in the room and actually coming up with, one, a plan, and then two, implementing it. That's the bigger problem. And so, I hate to be like that because I'm an optimistic person, but when you watch these two parties, they are driving us into the ditch for their own personal gain, and they continue to do so, and they're not looking out for us. You can tell yourself they are. They're not. They're looking out for themselves, and we as a country need to revolt against both parties. It's a very difficult thing to do because they control the levers of power, and it's set up that way so that they are in power for the rest of their lives, and we pay the price for it dearly by having just terrible leaders, and they all point at each other. But the good news is we do have Bob Starkey in Dyer as an elected official, and that is a good thing, my friend, huh?
It's a great thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Bob, does Dyer have a balanced budget?
We do. That was something that we never had until these last five years.
You actually have a surplus, don't you?
We do. Yeah. And all the stuff that
it's possible.
All the stuff that we're paying for in Central Park, this pavilion, this event center, this boundless playground, all these things, we're paying cash for it. Other communities to the south of us, St. John, Indiana, they got to bond out for this stuff. And, I'm
throwing shade over there, Bob?
Just a little bit. They're fine. They're fine down there. We love them down there in St. John. But no, just to say that, if you do it right, you take your time. You can't get everything all at once. Government shouldn't be Santa Claus. I tell folks that all the time. Hey, I want this road done. Well, it'll get done next year because if we do it this year, I got to bond for it, and borrowing money takes money, and I don't want to do that as little as I can. And so, yeah.
Hey, Brent, did you hear Bob dish on his fellow neighbor, St. John? All those kids go to the same school, and Dyer dishing on St. John. It's starting here early on Friday on Friday morning.
Oh, that's right. I can't. Oh, yeah, we can't talk about schools on Fridays.
Oh.
Hey, have a good one.
Hey, you too, buddy.
Have a good one. Enjoy the sun, and look forward to seeing you guys at the
Are you back in town, Dave?
I'm back in town and working and getting guys out, and we got to work hard. You know how it is. Got to keep it going.
All right. Come see me, buddy. Good talking to you.
Hey, thanks for calling in.
Well, we got more callers.
So many callers.
Man, everybody, this is great.
Well, because they can't stand to watch it on YouTube because of the buffering, so they want to call in. Good morning, caller. You are on the air with Bob and Brent.
Good morning, gentlemen. I originally called in about the 250.
Yeah.
And more money that's being wasted. And can we please go back to the 90s when not only did we have a balanced budget, I'm going to say this real slow, balanced budget, but we had a surplus. And then we had to go wander around the Middle East and look for weapons of mass destruction. But if take John Mellencamp, when he spoke out against it, he was unpatriotic. Now we're doing the same thing again, but I guess that's okay. I knew nothing about the horses. That's turning my stomach. But what I did hear and read is we're spending who knows how much money to get a $250 bill with someone's face on it. Do we really need that? And now we have that reflecting pond that doesn't reflect, but yet it's costing 10 to 12 times more than we were originally told. Where does it end? And is Liberace decorating everything now? I don't understand this. Or is Caligula? Is it Caligula? Or
I was just going to say, I love that you dropped that one. Good on you for that. I do want to talk about the $250 bill thing. I didn't realize this was a thing until it hit the news a couple days ago. I
thought it was a joke.
Honestly,
because it sounds like a joke.
Yes, and so now that they have, there's a bill before Congress because God forbid they do anything of substance. There's a bill because they have to. I don't know. There's some legislation that they have to change because they don't put living people on bills, and their excuse with it was, well, it should be the president who's in office during the 250th. It's like I don't buy that, though I also am not a historian, and I'd love for someone to say, well, they minted all the Washington coins when he was okay, fine, but we don't need a $250 bill just for this. We just spent all this money to get rid of the penny, which pennies have been minted for 100 years, and now all of a sudden that they stopped making them a month ago, now there's a mass shortage. Maybe you get this in the business, but I don't get it.
I like to think that I'm ahead of the curve. I have never used pennies, nickels, and dimes. We only have quarters, and we round.
Yeah,
it's not worth the time spent counting. And when we look, when I look at the end of the year, the rounding's less than $100.
The only thing in here, maybe I'll get crap for this from my from some of my compatriots on my side. Okay, let's do the $250 Trump bill. You know why? Because that's what $100 used to be. You need $250 to get what $100 used to get you. So maybe that's just me.
Before I leave you, gentlemen, two things. With all this wasteful spending that's like the reflecting pond that doesn't reflect anymore, where is Doge when all this is going on? That's what I want to know. I thought they were supposed to
they canceled
the budget.
They did their job. They canceled the Ebola response team, and now they're asking for. Did you see this? Is a great. They got rid of all of the CDC Ebola response, and so they're asking for volunteers to screen people at the airports. Give it a volunteer to screen people for Ebola.
One more thing, gentlemen. Somebody mentioned oil change. Did I not hear oil change at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hang on to your lug nuts. This was 3 months ago, and it's coming because when we get out of what we just caused ourselves, it's not going to be, and Brent, you probably know this, probably maybe next first or second quarter of next year, but oil changes, there are dealers that are running out of specific grades of oil. So you know what that's going to do to each one of us? It's going to jack prices 30% or more if you can find oil for your motor oil. So, yeah, when does it end? Who are we going to blame on that? I just blame someone other than themselves who caused it.
That's the Washington trick. Hey, thanks for calling in. We're going to take one more caller.
Yes.
Good morning, caller. You are on the air.
To your previous caller, there's probably no mustard gas, no chlorine bomb, no halabja left in the Middle East. I get it. But thanks for the call. Time to bash a politician. Frank Mervan giving back shekels to local law enforcement after he sat on his hands for 4 years while he referred to people as undocumented persons. I don't want to call them illegal. Doesn't do anything for me. And Kuziak, you carried Frank Mervan's water bucket last election, not this election. Barb Regnitz for Congress.
Hey, thanks for that. Thanks for that. No, I do.
Go ahead, Brent. Come on, Brent.
Well, no, hang on. Let before Brent gets in there, the idea that, and I love your version.
I love the way that we criticize him for getting the money.
Some of that
just shekels.
That's where that's not a bad. When you look at all of the fraud, when you look at the fact that these daycares in these other states are getting billions of dollars, and nobody seems to care about that. There's fraud. We're gilding horses for $5 million. And
that's not fraud. That's beautifying DC.
The fact that compared to that, the $175,000 that Highland got for theirs, it does appear to be shekels. When it's like there is real money out there that could be spent locally. It's taxed by locals. It should go back to locals. It shouldn't be going into all these things here. So I think both things can be true. Yeah, it's when you look at these millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars that are being sent everywhere, spent everywhere. The fact that, locally we have to be like, please, sir, may I have some more, with our hands out, hoping to get $300,000 so we don't have to double tax our residents, so we could get some radios that work in the schools and the hospitals, because, evidently now that's where stuff goes down, and, we need to be able to communicate. So there's enough frustration for everybody. I'm sorry. I'm done.
It's a mere pittance, gentlemen, for what Frank Mervan let escape the U.S. The Somali fraud in and of itself, without even getting out to Los Angeles and other Democratic cities. Don't come back here and
hey, I got a question for you. Hold on.
What you did.
I got a great question for you.
Send it, Brent.
So have you seen the and this is it's kind of a quick story first came out a couple days ago. The great former senator from Oklahoma, Mark Wayne Mullen, who is now the Homeland Security guy, took over for Nome. They are in the process of creating a plan, and at first it appeared to be a joke, but it looks like they're going through with it. They are going to remove customs service from all airports in sanctuary cities. Is that something that you would support?
Brent, I saw that blurb, and I don't know how that makes sense. I really don't.
I don't either. That's why I was just. It would seem.
I just saw it too. They're all. I'm going to say all
international, though, correct?
Yes, it's ending international flights to all of these sanctuary cities, which, let's face it, are the major ones run by Democrats. Yeah, there might be one out there that is not a sanctuary city.
Jim Banks, the great senator here from Indiana.
He said he supported it.
He supports it. He thinks it'll bring a lot of business to Indianapolis. You ever flown through Indianapolis, Bob?
No, never.
I'm sure they'll be able to absorb that O'Hare traffic. No problem.
Yeah. Shut down international flights out of O'Hare in Atlanta, and
let's see. It is. I'm going to find the list because it's pretty much every big airport in the United States: Boston, Denver, Philadelphia, Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, Newark, Seattle, and San Francisco. And that would.
I will say, though,
over 1,000 flights a day. It
does sound like throwing red meat to the voters. It will never happen. It just.
So would you say that this is waste, fraud, and abuse, spending our time on something that's so clearly not really?
I mean, that's what they do, though.
But that's that. But see, that's my point. We can't sit back and say that's just what they do and it's okay. Right? This is a colossal waste of time, and how many worker minions are doing analysis on how to reroute the traffic from O'Hare, which I think is either the largest or the second largest cargo airport in the United States. Hey, we should get Dan Vicari on from the Gary Airport because they've expanded their cargo facilities. Maybe all of the traffic from Chicago O'Hare can move to the two runways at Gary.
To the two runways. What we need, Chuck, eyes on the road, we need to expand the Gary Airport.
I mean, if we're going to...
Hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Bob, can I just ask Brent one thing real quick? And
Sure.
I'm going to throw in the key words, Bob, that you appreciate. Brent, it would be transformational, and it would be across the aisle and bipartisan if you would reach out to interview Barb Regnitz for Congress.
I'm sorry? Say that name again?
We can bring Barb in.
Barb?
Yeah.
Regnitz.
Yeah, she's running against
Congress.
Mervan.
Okay.
I had her on it, and we did
Can you
region
do that?
Republicans, but yeah, we can.
Yeah, we'll try. We're working on.
No,
I've had some conversations.
Oh,
with
you want?
Congress
You
to
want
make
Brent?
the phone call.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, I need to call her?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be happy to. I mean, you got.
I would
a number,
appreciate
Bob,
that,
for
Brent.
me? Yeah.
I do have a number. Hey, thanks for calling. We're going to take a break here. Brent, do you have someone coming in at 7:30?
No.
No.
I thought I did, but I don't.
You thought you did, but
I whiffed.
Well, then you're still going to have to listen to us. 219-845-1100. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with 7 minutes worth of traffic and weather and 7 minutes worth of phone calls.
When your home needs help, the last thing you need is a faceless corporation or sales-driven franchise. At Myers Companies, we've been proudly local since 1951, born and raised right here in Northwest Indiana. We're family-owned and operated, built on trust, hard work, and integrity. And because we're family, we treat you like family. Your comfort and safety always come first. For HVAC, plumbing, and electrical done right, choose Myers Companies. Local, family-owned, here for your family.
It's gold rush time at Albert's. Oh, looky here! Oh, those are gonna fetch a pretty penny.
But who's gonna buy them from us?
I'll buy that gold from you.
What did you say?
I said I'll buy that gold from you, and I'll give you top dollar.
That sounds great.
It's gold rush time. We will see you at Albert's.
Fox Point's free summer Wednesday night concert series kicks off June 3rd with 16 candles. As June heats up, dance to Rico, Boy Band Night, and the Chicago Experience. Then join us for our first free Friday Night Lights concert featuring Fearless, a Taylor Swift tribute, and Beyond the Blonde on June 26th. Fox Point in Lansing, Illinois is just minutes from I-8094 and parking is free. Visit foxpoint.org for our full schedule. That's point with an E, foxpoint.org.
Are you sausage curious?
Who's ready for Polish?
Big Frank Sausage has the very best Polish food in the region.
You had a mouthful of Big Frank sausage?
We have a full bar, dine-in, carry-out, delivery, and catering available.
I've had a mouthful of Big Frank sausage.
I've got a mouthful of Big Frank sausage.
219-378-9556. Smacznego i na zdrowie.
Who's ready for Polish?
We've had some cars run into the barrier wall, not paying attention. They were on their phone.
Texting, scrolling. Yeah, it's bad. Most often they be on their phones or they're just not paying attention. They can cause a crash.
We could stand on the side of the road and watch every other vehicle looking down into their lap as they're passing us. You know what they're looking at. They're looking at their phone.
Phones. On their phones, not paying attention.
Phones. I'm not a mathematician, but I say probably about 80% of the people who pass me are on their telephones.
No call, text, or video is worth putting yourself or a road worker in danger. When driving through construction, LIUNA members ask you for your sake and ours.
Slow down, stay off your phone, please. Be aware of where we're at, where the cone zones are at.
Stay off your phones and buckle up and drive safe.
We're not asking for much.
This is Brian Short, business manager for the Indiana Laborers District Council. Everyone deserves a safe place to work. Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down, save a life. We're all in this together.
A message from Laborers International Union of North America and affiliated locals.
Welcome back to Region Rundown. I'm Bob.
I'm Brent.
I'm Adriana. I got it this time.
You got it in there.
Got my cue.
It is 7:32 in the region. We're going to do the fastest traffic and weather update possible. Right, Adriana?
Yes, I got you. So we're going to do this like a auctioneer. All right. Currently right now at the Track Van Til Studios in Indiana. It is 56 degrees today. We're seeing highs of 83, lows of 59. This weekend you're going to see high 70-degree weather, lows of 50-degree weather throughout the rest of this weekend, and just sunny weather the rest of the week. Moving forward into next week, 70 degrees to 80-degree temperatures as the week continues on. Taking a look at traffic in the Northwest region, as I forgot to put the camera on myself. My bad. There we go. We're just going lightning speed tour throughout this whole thing. 65 going north. We still have that rollover semi on the exit ramp of I-65 North and I-80. And that is causing just a little bit of traffic, but nothing too crazy right there at East 61st Avenue. And I forgot to put this on the Zoom computer, but, maybe next time. 80 going east and west is looking good. 90 going east and west is looking good. Chicago Skyway, Lakeshore Drive is looking great. May have a bit of traffic right there on Bishop Ford. 94 going west at East 103rd Street, and that continues all the way up into the city as well. We do got a slow on the inbound ramp to the Dan Ryan Stevenson I-55 North before I-94, exit 292, and as we look at the Stevenson and Eisenhower, you just see stop-and-go traffic as you continue on, and then as you get into that Rosemont area, stop-and-go traffic just throughout the rest of the way. That is for your speed tour of traffic and weather.
Good job. My first thought is, who is listening to this up in Rosemont? But if you are listening up in Rosemont, 219-845. Yeah. While you can.
Yeah, before they shut down customs.
219-845-1100. It is 7:35 in the region. We're going to go back to the phones. Good morning, caller. You are on the air.
Morning, Bob. Morning, Brent.
Good morning.
Adriana.
Good morning.
A couple things I want to hit.
The floor is yours.
I want to thank my partner, Kathy, who is retiring today after 32 years in the Lake Central School Corporation.
Oh, tell Kathy I said congratulations. Well done.
I sure will. She's excited to go on with the next chapter of her life, and it's been an honor watching her for the last 13 years of doing that. And her kids love her, and she has past students from 25 and 30 years ago contacting her and telling her congratulations and inviting her to bridal showers and baby showers and things like that. So it's fun to see and fun to watch her every day. So I just want to congratulate her and very, very proud of her. And today is the last day. I think most people know that I work for FedEx. I'm in the freight division, and I can tell you one or two things about fuel adjustment charges, Brent, and why your tomatoes are so expensive.
Yeah.
But today's the last day of FedEx Freight. We are spinning off to be our own corporation starting Monday, June 1st. Completely autonomous from FedEx, our own corporation with our own ticker symbol. And if anyone is interested, stock prices right now are at, and I am not a broker, and I don't think
it's not investment advice.
This is not investment advice.
And I do not give advice, and I cannot confirm nor deny anything about the stock price. But it's currently at 411, projected to be the end of June at 480. So if you want to make a couple percent there, there's going to be some meat on the bone and money left on the table. So yeah, just a couple things. And I know there's a lot of callers that absolutely hate the congressman and ignore facts and the truth. So I just want to thank the congressman for bringing tens of thousands of dollars into Gary, Indiana, for the police department, their new command center, for ShotSpotter cameras, for body cams. All that money came from him, and it's been over the last 3 years and not over the last 2 weeks. So, if you're going to lie, at least make it a good lie, right? And he's also responsible for the ShotSpotter cameras and a lot of police infrastructure, law enforcement infrastructure in Hammond. So there you go. Let's end the week on a good three positive notes, and it's going to be a beautiful weekend, and I'm excited.
It is. I'm going to take a second here, and I'm going to read this is for fiscal year 2027. This is out of Congressman Mervan's office here for some of the law enforcement funding. $300,000 to Cedar Lake, which will assist in the acquisition of radio communication equipment. Again, for a community the size of Cedar Lake, Dyer, Cherville, St. John, that's a good chunk of money, because the general funds are being cut because Indianapolis said, "Hey, as SB1, we're gonna cut property taxes, and that all goes to the general fund, and that funds public safety." So having this money is important. $187,000 to Gary Police Department for upgrading tactical gear, which again, Gary, Indiana, they need their tactical gear. $772,000 to Hammond Police Department, $475,000 to Highland, $500,000 to LaPorte, $170,000 for Lake Station, $65,000 to Long Beach, $500,000 for Maryville, $772,000 to the Portage Police Department, $105,000 to Porter County Sheriff, $80,000 to St. John. This is just me being snarky here. $250,000 to the new Chicago Police Department, which I wondered if we could get that, since I don't know what's going on in New Chicago, but that's a different news story in general. But yeah, all of these funds here, and that's what's so interesting, is these funds here, they really make a difference at the local level. So when I see things like, hey, we're going to gild these Pegasus horses on, the Lincoln Memorial for $5 million. I'm thinking, that's tax money. Government doesn't make anything. That comes out of my pocket. That comes out of your pocket. We don't mind paying taxes so long as it goes to this list that I just read off, where it's going back into public safety, things we need. Nobody needs a gilded horse, so maybe take that $5 million and send it back to the communities where you took it from. That's just
this is, the U.S., we are absolutely flush with cash. So, and a news flash, taxpayers are going to pay for the ballroom the same way we paid for the wall. We're going to pay for the arch. We're going to pay for everything, all right? It's just, how many times can you hit yourself in the thumb with a hammer before you stop hitting yourself in the thumb with a hammer? And Brent, look up. I know you got a laptop in front of you. They just convicted a woman in Minnesota, and everyone says it was the Somalis. It was actually a white woman that embezzled and misappropriated $250 million. So... I
saw that.
Believe it. Yeah. It was an American white woman that did it. But these are things that you're not going to hear on Newsmax or Breitbart or Fox News, right? And that's everyone's choice. I just wanted to say congratulations to my partner. I'm very proud of her. I'm excited for the new chapter in my life with FedEx. It's exciting, and you know what? I might go fishing tomorrow. We'll see.
I think that would do us all good to get out and do more fishing. Not worry about this crap, because it's going to happen.
Exactly. The Coho and the Kings are running, so yeah, it's an exciting time.
We can sit here and talk all morning about how dumb it is to slather gold on a bunch of bronze statues and waste our tax dollars, but I would rather go fishing.
You look at, and again, it's all taste, right? I wouldn't do anything. Everyone can see what the current president has done with the Oval Office. It looks like a Russian whorehouse. And it's
very reminiscent of Epstein's house. If you've seen the pictures of those two side by side, Epstein had a lot of that gold on the wall too.
When I see that, I think of Saddam's
his
palace.
His fixation with gold is crazy. And Bob, I want to thank you for reading off the list. It sounds pretty diverse that the congressman is taking care of the entire county and Porter County and LaPorte County, not just north of US 30. So thank you. You're going to get a lot of people mad at you for telling the truth. Just want to let you know that, but you know what you signed up for.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you going to do? So, hey, thanks for
Appreciate
calling
it.
in.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
good weekend.
You too. You both of you. Thanks.
We're going to head right to the next caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
What's up, boys? How you doing?
Hey, Mad Mac. Good morning.
Tell us how you like your hot dog.
He's not a ketchup guy for sure. You a ketchup guy, Mad Mac?
I put like a thin strip on there. I like all of Chicago.
Now it all makes sense.
But I got to tell you, if you ever ask anybody what they want on their hot dog and they say ketchup and you go, oh, that's not right, you get the middle finger for just being stupid. What do you care what I put on my hot dog?
That's what I always say. I get so much flack from folks. They're like, our police chief in Dyer, Bill Alcott. I don't know if he's listening. He's like, that doesn't belong there. That's how kids eat their hot dogs, and he gives me. But I tell you what, I like ketchup on my hot dog and pound sand. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, like you said, what do you care? What do you care?
You gotta be an absolute moron to even have that question bouncing around in your empty skull. You gotta be insane. Hey, Bob, aren't you the head of some kind of Republican Party thing or something like that in Dyer or Griffith or in Boysenberry Town or whatever it is?
Boysenberry Town?
That's a new one.
Yes. Whatever, Mayberry.
That's
whatever.
good. Instead of all the Vills, we could get a Boysenberry Town.
Yeah.
Yes, I do play some role in the Dyer Republican organization. I am also every year
what is that role specifically title wise?
I am the secretary of the Dyer Republican organization.
All right. Well, I would say regarding that, you should either resign or be fired. Okay.
What did I do
Second
now?
question.
Didn't the Republicans just sweep the?
Yeah. Second question is: do either one of you guys believe in sanctuary cities which violate federal law?
Oh no, absolutely not. There should be no sanctuary cities.
Brett?
No, I think
believe in that?
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay, good. Yeah, and I don't believe in that. I think Wayne Muller, Hillbilly, whatever his name is. I think it was just kind of. They might have been just throwing things against the wall.
Well, that's Mac. That's what I thought. I thought the same thing. My first thing was that's so stupid. It's not real, but apparently it is real. They're drawing up the plans. They're having conversations with the airlines.
Well, okay, they're drawing up plans. You got a couple of interns, looking into this.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's the free interns working on this plan that are meeting with the airline logistics people.
Let me just say one thing: the amount of free interns that are out there, they all look the same. DC's a weird place, man. I like to go for.
Well, it's because you got to work for a couple years as a free intern before you can start grifting off people as a lobbyist, right?
Yeah. Get the grifter class.
Have you guys ever been to DC back like in 2014, 15, 16 in that area?
Yeah.
Because if you were within 4 blocks of the White House, it was an absolute dump.
See, I disagree. I've never thought that.
There were bums everywhere. The national parks look like Gary. Where Mr. Super Dave lives. By the way,
I'm telling you, I've been there, and that's absolutely not the impression that I got. Zero.
Wait, back in 2014, 15, 16?
Yeah.
You thought it was beautiful back then?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, man. I love Washington D.C. I think it's an amazing place. I love the Smithsonian.
I love it too.
I think the National Mall is incredible. I've never been there and been like, wow, this place is a dump. There's homeless people everywhere, and we need to fix it. That's never crossed my mind while I was there.
You're probably sitting in too many high-end Washington restaurants in Georgetown. That's all.
I do like the old Epic Grill.
I couldn't believe it. And I was out at night. We were on motorcycles and we were on bicycles. I couldn't. I was shocked by the depravity around there. Now, yeah, you can ride up in Georgetown. Yeah, it's Limousine City. Or go over on K Street. Yeah, everything's gold plated over there. But around the White House, I couldn't. I go, this is where the president of the United States, the most powerful man on planet Earth, lives, and it was disgusting. Okay, so back to the sanctuary city is good. I'm glad we're at least on the same page on that because you guys are starting to lose me a little. I will quote the the great caller from the Lily White Gary of Miller Beach up there, who when Jed Delo asked him, you guys, you're moving out, you're not married, and he said, why would I buy the cow when the milk is free? He literally said that on the radio. And with that, I'll leave the rest to you guys.
Hey, you have a good weekend. And
good.
Oh, there it goes.
I'm sorry. I thought you were.
You're just cutting him off out of habit.
Yeah.
The finger is always hovering over the lock button.
Always there.
Didn't mean to do that. My bad.
Hey, it's 7:48 in the region. We're going to go to the next caller. No more callers. 219-845-1100. Listen, if you don't call in, you know what you get? Magic Hot Dog Hour. Spam hot dogs.
You make fun of me.
No,
I love hot dogs.
What's your favorite brand?
Ballpark.
Lynn's.
Lynn's? Okay.
Lynn's makes an incredible hot dog. It's literally the best I've ever had.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever had a Lynn's hot dog.
You got to know somebody. I'll get you some. They're
why
amazing.
don't you have them on the menu? That would be a great kids menu item.
You know what? You're right. It would.
Oh, really?
There you go. Have you guys ever been to?
I mean, and then I could eat them when I'm hungry.
But they can't.
They literally they spend a lot of time like getting the seasoning right. It's an Angus beef dog. It is an amazing hot dog.
I mean,
they
can't be so expensive that you would just have some on hand, and then the various accoutrements that you would have.
No ketchup. Mustard only.
I was going to say.
That's not a bad idea.
Crazy. Have y'all ever been to the Howard and Sons cookouts that they have right there?
Yes. Howard and Sons. They've got amazing turkey there.
They got some good food.
Turkey breast for Thanksgiving.
You know who else has amazing turkey breast for Thanksgiving?
Lynn's Meats.
Doc Smokehouse, 1420.
Oh, well, but that's like cooked and ready to go.
No, Howard's is good. I've had the hot dogs there. Too.
I
love a good
Memorial
hot dog.
Day one. I got to make it to the Father's Day one.
Yeah.
Because they're bratwurst. Chef's kiss.
Really? Mm-hmm. This is just like the Food Network here on WJOB 1230 AM 104.7 FM in Rustic, Hammond, Indiana.
I'm going to start bringing food in and we can eat while we do this. We'll just extend the show out until noon.
Jed does that. and I'll never forget
Danny Mack. You know Danny Mack, when I was, the first time I was on with him, we were doing the football show on Friday. And in one of the breaks, he was chastising Jed for eating on the air and was explaining, Danny's Chicago sports radio, national sports radio legend, right? And he was like, never, ever, under any circumstances, eat while you're on the air. And that was like an ironclad rule, and I haven't done it since.
Yeah. I got yelled at. I was chewing gum one time. But I also wonder, if I'm not, drinking something, my Dunkin', that I believe I've had every single show that I've done some form of Dunkin' in the morning.
Hey, Dunkin' Donuts, sponsor us here. Region Rundown.
I know. Region Rundown. WJOB.
We'll put your merch
Best
up.
radio station in the region. Sometimes I listen back and I can hear myself drinking, and it is annoying. So apologies for drinking on the radio. But I say we take our break before the top of the hour, and we will be right back. 219-845-1100. We'll take your calls to talk about anything that is food or non-food related.
Plumbers Local 210 is building the future, and we're looking for service plumbers to join our team. Our training center invests nearly $500,000 every year to make sure our members are the best in the industry. From a 5-year apprenticeship and an associate degree at Ivy Tech to ongoing certifications in safety and new technology, our plumbers are trained for excellence. Every member is drug tested and licensed for your safety and peace of mind. When you need plumbing work done, make sure you ask for the license. It's your right to ask.
Before Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, we were being charged various maintenance fees and various check writing fees for all of our accounts. And with Notre Dame, we don't have that. We have that true community partnership. We get interest based on all of our parish and school accounts, and the interest rate is really second to none.
We
We've had some cars run into the barrier wall, not paying attention. They were on their phone.
Texting, scrolling. Yeah, it's bad. Most often they be on their phones or they're just not paying attention. They can cause a crash.
We could stand on the side of the road and watch every other vehicle looking down into their lap as they're passing us. You know what they're looking at. They're looking at their phone.
Phones. On their phones, not paying attention. Phones.
I'm not a mathematician, but I say probably about 80% of the people who pass me are on their telephones.
No call, text, or video is worth putting yourself or a road worker in danger. When driving through construction, LIUNA members ask you for your sake and ours.
Slow down. Stay off your phone, please. Be aware where we're at, where the cone zones are at.
Stay off your phones and buckle up and drive safe.
We're not asking for much.
This is Brian Short, Business Manager for the Indiana Laborers District Council. Everyone deserves a safe place to work. Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down, save a life. We're all in this together.
A message from Laborers International Union of North America and affiliated locals.
For over 140 years, the Central Midwest Carpenters have built our communities in Northwest Indiana. Are you ready to join the effort? We have long-term work, competitive pay, and the best benefits in the industry. We pride ourselves on innovative training and commitment to worksite safety. Earn as you learn as an apprentice. A solid career built on a solid legacy. For more info, go to carpenters.com.
Welcome back. 7:53 in the region. You're listening to Region Rundown. I'm looking at the YouTube chat here, and there are certain things, religion, politics.
Ketchup on hot dogs.
Ketchup on hot dogs. Someone's saying that there's actual science behind the fact that ketchup does not pair well. Other folks are saying my taste buds are all I need. And, yeah, I'm glad to see that there's something that unites us. And that is...
people who have never agreed with me before support my stance on mustard on hot dogs.
Yep.
Mustard, onions, kraut.
Hey, Bob, you're doing great with the balanced budget and the flat tax rate and Dyer, but you like ketchup, so you're out.
Somebody's gonna run against you, and the signs are gonna say,
"Oh, I know,
Bob eats ketchup on his hot dogs."
I see it now. Oh, yeah. Okay, go for it. I don't know what to tell you. It is 7:54. I do want to talk about one thing before we get to callers. 219-845-1100. Call in. Jill Biden was doing some press recently, and she was talking about Joe's performance, President Biden's performance in the debate, and how it was an absolute disaster. It caused him to withdraw from the race. She's now saying that as she's watching the debate, she's thinking that he had a stroke. And I said for a very long time that what they were doing with Joe Biden felt to me akin to elder abuse. I don't care who is listening within the sound of my voice on the airwaves here. You cannot tell me that man was completely competent watching anything. And to put him out there like they did.
I mean, it's kind of what's going on with Trump right now.
Well, there's some of that.
He fell asleep at the memorial at Arlington. I mean, what, like...
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've fallen asleep hosting the show before. But... You know, for her now to come out and say that,
when she said, I thought he was having a stroke, and it was like, well, why didn't you do something about it?
Yeah. Rather than watching him stammer. And what I remember about the debate was not only was him doing so poorly, is him doing poorly almost caught Trump off guard. Where, you know, Trump's usually the attack dog, but I think Biden was so bad with it. There were a couple times, and it's the only part of the debate that I remember is that I think Trump could have gone for, you know, some of those, you know, kill shot one-liners. And he does that. He's known for that. But I think the performance was so bad that even he was taken aback by that. But, yeah, so evidently Jill Biden now is going out there. And, I mean, how do you... I guess what I'm wondering is why does one then go out and have that interview now? Why do you then?
No
time after,
clue. The only thing that I can think of is,
I mean, we knew
you're
that
so
that
desperate for attention.
It could be
because.
But I mean, what
part of that?
Class and that Nancy Reagan didn't talk about all those troubles with Ronald for years.
Like, when you think about that, and she's sitting in this interview, which why is anybody even interviewing her in the first place? Who cares? That's my thing. Right? But if she's sitting there and you've got to think in your head, what good is going to come of this? Right? The level of stupidity is out. I mean, to me, it makes her look horrible. She literally said, I thought he was having a stroke. Well, why didn't you interrupt it if you thought he was having a stroke? Right? Because I think we know about the whole, the stroke warning signs. Like, you act fast, you can live. She was like, oh, he's having a stroke. I'm just going to sit here and cheer him on. Here. Watch him go down. I mean, like, if you legitimately thought that he was having a stroke, then you should have taken some action. If you didn't think he was legitimately having a stroke, why are you saying so now? I don't get it.
Yeah. So that was just something that
but
that I saw that was interesting. It's like, and someone Mac just if you're hyping a book, now everybody's going to go get the book because we want to see how. Yeah, we knew that he was.
Is that what it was? It was a book tour.
That's what Mac says.
Who reads that? I really want to read Jill Biden's book.
Oh, I know.
I mean, what? Yeah.
Anyway, it is 7:58 in the region. We've got some callers. Thank you very much. Otherwise, it's just me and Brent. 219-845-1100. Good morning, caller. You are on the air.
All right, enough with the hot dogs. Let's talk about something different.
Pierogies.
Okay. No.
Roast beef?
I went to your
Pizza.
festival out there, and when you did that special thing for the children of special needs, where only they go in there, I was out there doing pictures and stuff, and I did not take any pictures because I was watching how the parents, how the kids was just having such a blast because, you go to a regular festival like the Hammond Fest, it's all public, and the kids get impatient to stand in line, those special kids. And I never took any pictures when I did that, when you had that there, because I'm watching the reactions of the parents and the kids. They just was having such a blast, The expression on the kid's face, one kid had a smile so big that I thought it almost went from one ear to the other. I mean, I'm watching, enjoying, but now what you need to do is have a special day at that festival for senior citizens that have diabetes, and have it to where they can eat all the cotton candy they want.
I thank you for calling in with that comment. Every once in a while, we get it right and we hit out of the park, and that really was one. It's it's a topic that's clearly near and dear to my heart.
That's the thing.
But we did it well.
Special needs for the kids and adults. Like senior citizens that can't get around too good. It's good to do stuff for like dead people, but now with all these festivals and concerts, I'm one of these. When I go to festivals, like when I'm doing pictures, I got a habit of making sure it's a good festival if they got one thing there that I liked. But the thing about I like festivals is you've got your cotton candy, you got your elephant ears, and you got your funnel cakes. Those are three things that, I like. Cotton candy's all right. I don't eat a lot, but a good festival is if they got elephant ears in there and they make them. I like to watch it just bubble up in the fryer,
That's like sweet talk.
The one that I always see at the one that I always like to, and you guys always have them at the Dyer Fest, is the antique ice cream machine.
Yeah, with the steam engine.
That thing is pretty cool.
Yeah. We do
when you go, I'm into racing, and in Norwalk, Ohio, at the racetrack out there, they have a building in there, and they make their homemade ice cream there, and they charge $1 for this big bowl. And when you go to that racetrack, you got to get there in line right away and get it because they only make so much. And I tell you, I don't know what it is about how he makes that ice cream. It's all homemade ice cream, but if you don't get in that line, because like I was busy racing, and then I went back to get one, and they were sold out. So every time I would go to Norwalk, I would always, first thing I'd do is, before I even unload the cars or help, I go over and get my ice cream because I want mine before.
Speaking of first things to do real quick, it is top of the hour, 8:01 here in the region. You are listening to WJOB 1230 AM, 104.7 FM in Hammond, Indiana, streaming live on the YouTubes, and that is our top of the hour station ID. Let's go back to talking about ice cream.
Yeah, and well, I'm going to let you go because you got a lot of other good callers call in, and Dave, congratulations on all the things you talked about. Congratulations, that many years. Oh, and, talk about now they're going to go fishing and stuff. I love it because yesterday was my birthday. We're celebrating it this weekend. But
happy birthday.
I love it now. I love it now because I'm getting older. I went to Cabela's the other day and got my senior citizens life fishing license for life now. So now, on Tuesdays from 6 to 9, I know I'm going to go fishing.
Good for you.
But I never realized, when I couldn't wait till I turned old enough to get my driver's license. Then I could get old enough to legally buy beer, but I did, I'm not a perfect person. I kind of cheated in my life. I drank under my legal age. But the thing was, I couldn't wait till all this, and then senior citizens discount. I love getting old now because now I get more benefits. I can do more things, but I just hope I don't have to be in a wheelchair to do that. I love getting old. I hate to say that, but man, I'm starting to have more. I got rid of my camper. Now I'm doing more things around here. I'm getting older. I can do more things, and it's amazing, I sit home every morning. I can't wait for you guys, this radio station, to get on to see. Now, when you guys redid that studio and put that table there and everything, Jed comes in there once in a while. Does he have room to dance like he does when he did over on Indianapolis Boulevard, or is there no room for him to dance in the studio?
I do find an inordinate amount of glitter sprinkled places, so it is.
There's a lot of so this is all in all. Without you ever being in here, there's a lot more room in here. It doesn't look like it from the screen. So this was it Step Brothers? There's a lot of room for activities here in the studio.
There is. But
maybe those cables wouldn't be messed. Maybe that's the reason them cables and everything's get messed up because
the table is big enough. He could probably dance on the table if he wanted to.
Let's not talk about that.
But maybe he won't. He won't mess up those cables laying around. You don't have to work on the cables. Speaking
of fishing,
I'm gonna let you go so you guys can talk about all the wonderful things. Your show has been just wonderful this morning. All the callers have brought now good points and topics to talk about, and just let everybody. I ain't calling back no more because pretty soon I got to go do something. And
go enjoy your day. Go enjoy the weekend. If you've been listening, Adriana has said it's going to be an amazing day, amazing weekend, all sorts of good things. So thanks for calling. Have a good one. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
And have fun with that.
Everybody just have a good day. And I'm going to let you go so you guys can talk. I'm going to shut up, hang up, and enjoy listening to everybody on here.
Not a problem. Hey, so random. I suppose it is top of the hour. You want to do traffic and weather one last time? We've got about 15 minutes left before we're out of here because all three of us need to go to work.
Yeah. Traffic.
You can do like that. Are the great. 80s good? The 94s are good.
65 going north and south is looking good. 80 going east and west is looking good. 90 going east and west is looking good. Chicago Skyway, Bishop Ford, Dan Ryan, all moving along swimmingly. And then, as we said, as for the weather, it is 62 degrees in the region, highs of 83, lows of 59, and we see that continue on Saturday, Sunday, mid-70s, low 50s, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, reaching the 80-degree temperatures, low 50 degrees, and then we get 80s throughout the rest of the week. We'll get some rainfall on next Friday, the 5th. There you go.
Sounds good. For those of you interested in local traffic, 41 westbound appears to be thick as the kids may say at 41 and at Klein. So
with
that.
3 C's at the end of the word.
Yep.
It's tough.
Yep. So 219-845-1100. We've got about 15 minutes left before we're done for the day. Here's something. So, yes, I like ketchup on my hot dogs. I have never been fishing.
Really?
Never been fishing. I know there's not a whole lot to say about that.
I'll take you fishing sometime, Bob. Fishing's awesome.
But I don't know that it's... there's a handful of things that I've never done. I don't know that I've ever had a McRib. I've never gone fishing.
I haven't had a McRib, but I don't put McDonald's eating in the same category.
No. I'm just saying that there's things that I feel like, painting with a broad brush, a lot of people have done, and I've just never gone fishing. But I don't know that I
to me, fishing is
that.
it's one of those things like it's almost like fishing and golf are a lot alike. When I'm playing golf,
never been golfing.
When I'm fishing, I'm only thinking about fishing, and I'm only thinking about how I'm hitting the golf ball, and it allows me to kind of clear my head and get out of stuff.
Do you do boats, dock, ice? What kind of fishing you do?
Everything but ice, and I have been ice fishing, but not much. I like fly fishing. Mm-hmm. I love fishing in the ocean, but I go salmon fishing.
Oh, okay.
A lot of bass fishing, smallmouth. I grew up my grandparents lived at the lake. I've been fishing since I was a little kid. I've caught fish all over the place. I just like it.
Yeah, we'll go sometime. We'll go. We'll get some Lynn's hot dogs. Seriously though,
I think we might bring the Lynn's hot dog onto the as one of the kids things.
As a kids menu.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you ever been golfing?
Now, mini golfing.
What about Top Golf?
No, never been to a Top Golf. Are they? I think they're putting in a Top Golf in Crown Point off of 65.
Really?
Maybe I wasn't supposed to say that. So anyway, it is 8:08 here in the region. Yes, that's what I hear.
All of the golfers are going to be so excited.
I know.
We don't have to drive an hour and a half.
But no, I've never been golfing. I wouldn't know how to hold a golf club if.
It's pretty funny.
I
think it's better when you don't know how to do it.
Well,
because then you get the funny videos. Because if you just go with somebody that it's like, I'm going to do this as a try hard, it's not as fun. It's fun to see your friends fail.
Wow.
Doing it. I'm one of the friends that fail.
Yeah.
I sat there for about 5 minutes trying to hit the golf ball. And I was like, it's the club's fault, not mine.
I would substitute chili for kraut, Brent. Yeah, I'm not a kraut person. This is what happens when you don't call in and we're winding down the last 10 minutes of the show. You're all already at work, I'm assuming, unless you're stuck in traffic somewhere.
Well, we do have an
I
event
love a good chili dog. Don't get me.
Well, then
don't let me
shout
get
out the event. Oh, we do have the event.
We do have an event to shout out. So
flip the camera around and shout it out.
There you guys go. Is it correct? It is correct. Look at that. All right, so we have Pups and Pints. This is on Sunday, May 31st. This is a dog-friendly adoption event and vendor show. This is at Fuzzy Line Brewery at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. There will be local vendors, cold craft beer, brewery kitchen favorites, adoptable puppies, DJ Downtown Jeremy Brown. Sorry, I was looking at that. I was like, that's a little bit of a tongue twister there. And community fun. Bring your friends, bring your family, and meet adorable dogs looking for their forever homes. This is, again, at Fuzzy Line Brewery. They're more so sponsoring the Hydrant Pet Center, and it is also on the flyer, Out of Nowhere Entertainment by DJ Downtown. So again, Fuzzy Line Brewery, Pups and Pints. Go, maybe get a pup here.
Maybe get a puppy.
Maybe get a puppy. I'm going to try my hardest, my darndest to
You're here.
not
Are
get
you
a
going to
dog.
dance?
But we're going to see.
We just had a caller ask.
Yeah, they want us to
There's
dance
room
on the
for
table.
you dancing.
See, this is what happens when you don't call in at 219-845-1100. Hey,
everybody! I don't have an earphone, so I made the mistake yesterday of trusting. No, I'm good. Joe Cimino's audio level adjusting, and I think he got it right finally. It only took until like the last day of his.
Is he coming on the air on Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm bringing him on Tuesday.
I didn't know he was still here. I thought he was leaving this week.
He's gone, but he's coming back as a guest. Okay. So he's not doing anything. Hey, you're promoting things right now. Can I promo something?
Yes, you can.
Station,
sports.
Dude. It's tonight is a massive rivalry game here at WJOB Heartland as Sam Michaels' Highland Trojans are hosting Bishop Knoll at Highland in the sectional final. Should be a beautiful night. And we're not doing the game.
How are you not doing the game?
Well, here's what I think, and maybe Adriana can chime in, knowing I think Sam's kind of so nervous about the game. He didn't want
to schedule it.
Yeah.
Schedule the game.
We should show up and do it anyway.
Hijack the broadcast.
It should be a great baseball game. But yesterday we were on a customer call, on a Riverside call. Don't use Zoom anymore. Buy Riverside. And we were sitting there, and I realized, I go, oh, wow, Hunter Lorencic, who is very quietly works for us in marketing. He's a former guard at Bishop Knoll, and his brother's a pitcher for Bishop Knoll. And I'm like, I'll bet Hunter's little brother is going to pitch against Sam tomorrow. And then I brought it up, and you should have seen both of them just like not want to say anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to give up, but so if you're interested tonight as a Bishop Knoll grad or anybody from Bishop Knoll Highland or anybody that likes baseball, we are going to have, we're not doing the game. I think we're going to be doing a whole bunch of games on Saturday that are pretty cool, including Illinois, Hanover Central. But Sam will be on display tonight just to give him a more nervousness promo and go out to the game. And it'll be at Highland High. It's after the East Chicago Gary Westside semifinal game of the sectional. So if records are any indication, the sectional final is, for all intents and purposes, tonight at 7:15 it's scheduled. But if they start before 7:45, I'll be very surprised. But they do have lights. Sam's been working on the field, and I'm guessing that Hunter Lorencic's little brother opens up as the starting pitcher against Sam, and that'll be cool. That'll just be a lot of fun. Hey, thanks a lot to you guys, like always. I literally got a bunch of stuff done this morning, but I want to promo two things, if you guys don't mind. It sounds like you guys were kind of floundering anyways.
It's hot dog hour here on Region Rundown.
Wow.
I went yesterday to the 7th floor of the Calumet College building in Whiting, Hammond, whatever.
Whiting.
Is it Whiting or Hammond?
It's Whiting.
And they got a Lilly grant, and it was kind of an unused patio with a meeting space up there, and they completely redid it. It might be the best space, best place in the Calumet region right now. I think they're kind of keeping it quiet, which I just blew the cover off of. And it's Old Standard Oil, basically their executive meeting room on the 7th floor. There's no elevator, or was no elevator. So they just had the Cal College donor reception a couple weekends ago to open it up, and the ribbon cutting is next week, Adriana. So without a Semino around, we're going to have to cover it ourselves or make sure Andrew goes. But they're opening that up, and I got to tell you, when I went up there, and Brian Lowry walked me around, he's like, "Jed, you got to come." He's been bugging the hell out of me, and I'm like, "All right, I come," and I realized this is where the Bears Stadium should go. Just from that view. I'm telling you. You go up there and you see to the north, there's the buildings of downtown. You can almost touch them. To the east is the coolest piece of machinery in America. That's the Cat Cracker at BP.
Yeah.
It lights up so much at night you don't have to turn a light on to read. To the south is where, of course, George Halas used to roam. Used to play. And then to the west and the southwest is Lost Marsh Golf Course and the open land where they should build the stadium. Of course, Deedlow Parkway is there. I don't think they would have to remove that to build the stadium. That's where they named it after my cousin for building Lost Marsh. I'd forego Lost Marsh, at least a portion of it, to get the Bears.
Well, we're coming right down to the wire, right? Is it today, the last day of the Illinois legislative session?
It is,
and so I don't. They haven't gotten a deal together yet, right? It's my understanding the House doesn't like the Senate's deal. The Bears don't like. The Senate doesn't like the House's deal, and the Bears don't like the Senate's deal.
Right.
So
Stark, you would know better than me, but
I don't know about
from
that.
what I understand, even if they pass it, it's like $500 million. Ours is in the Indiana's is like $2 billion. So I mean,
right.
Even if they pass it, it would. I mean, I'm hoping that they go this way. I actually wrote them a letter today. I'm like, please come to Indiana, that kind of thing, because it is down to the wire. And
well, the Cook County treasurer or the tax assessor, somebody in Cook County, wrote a report, and they support Hammond over Arlington because they all of a sudden looked at a map and go, wait a minute. It's going to be a lot better for Cook County if this thing is right here on our border.
All you got to do is go up on the 7th floor of Academy College and look, and you realize that you are in a neighborhood of the south side of Chicago, and it's just what it is. And, you would know better than anybody, but I think that Governor Braun, when I went out to the Hall of Fame, the Business Hall of Fame, where Bob Migliorini and Bill Masterson, and Pete Corellis all got inducted. I knew all three of them, so I actually went to a function, which people were like, dude, we never see you anywhere. You say you're going everywhere and go nowhere. I did go to that one to sit at the Corellis table and make fun of Pete. But Braun was there, and he talked, and man, did he sound at ease. Yeah, we did everything. We think we got a good bid, and let the chips fall where they may. It was almost like he's slightly confident.
Yeah, I mean, for a couple of reasons. One, it's interesting that, and I'll just take a dig at Illinois, that Illinois has to pass special legislation just to get on the same level playing field that Indiana starts out with in terms of property tax caps. And we did. We, whether collectively we want it or not, Indiana, both the House and Senate, passed a pretty good deal. And I do like the fact that if you said, there is confidence there, hey, this is what we're willing to give. If you want it, great, it's there. We'd love the opportunity for the transformational opportunity that it would be. I think it benefits the entire region. We need to stop looking at things as, the casino is in Gary. Oh, this is in Hammond. This is a regional thing. We need to knock that stuff off. But and if it doesn't, we can also say, hey, we told them what we would give them, but we're not going to, rob the store.
I have a feeling that decision is going to come out at an odd time. But the NFL's giving them pressure. I could see it at any time, and other than the fact that